Hi everyone, and welcome to another segment of AstrologyAnswers.com's weekly horoscope. My name is Terence Scardino. Well, the week begins on the 18th, Monday, June the 18th. And this is going to be a very active week. It's a lot of planetary events, mostly positive. The big one is on the 21st, on Thursday the 21st, it's the summer solstice, unless you are south of the equator, and then it is the winter solstice. It is when the sun is going to hit 0 degrees of Cancer. And in the tropical zodiac, it is when the sun is, if you're in the north of the equator, it's reaching its northernmost point in the sky. And then the next day, after the 21st, it starts to turn and go backwards until it goes to the southernmost point of the sky, which is around December 21st, which is the winter solstice, and of course vice versa if you are living below the equator. This is when there's a big shift of energy as we go into Cancer. Home and family becomes a major theme. But let's back up to Monday, June the 18th. Neptune, nebulous, inspiring, imaginative Neptune, is going retrograde. Now, this generally doesn't really affect the individual because it's an outer planet. The outer planets deal more with the masses. But if when Neptune goes retrograde at 16 degrees of Pisces, if you have a planet in a hard angle to that point, then it might be a day, it may be a few days as Neptune is shifting directions and moving backwards. Neptune in itself can be kind of confusing, and when it goes retrograde, it might become even more confusing. It's certainly not in a good day to be starting a business, signing contracts, because the birth of that venture would have Neptune turning retrograde. So what you might have been hoping and expecting for might be disappointing or unclear of where is all this going. But Tuesday and Wednesday, we have some really favorable energies where Mercury, communication, decision-making Mercury, is going to be excellent with expansive Jupiter. This is a great day for education because Mercury is the lower mind, Jupiter is the higher mind. It's great for traveling, making travel plans. You're certainly going to be in a much more optimistic mood. And so it is a much better day to be starting any kind of new projects or ventures because you're feeling so much more optimistic and hopeful. And on Wednesday, then the Mercury is moving one more degree, and now it's in the best flow of energy to Neptune. So it's really bringing in Mercury to Jupiter, Neptune, Tuesday and Wednesday. This is, when you combine all those planetary energies, it can be, where you could be inspiring others, you could be inspired by others, it could be quite a spiritual energy, or a creative energy, or it's just something really moves you and inspires you. On Thursday, then, it is the beginning of the summer solstice, and you'll feel this important shift of energy, but also social Venus on that day is going to be in opposition to Mars. Now, this can go either way. Venus-Mars can be very sexual energy. It could also be very creative energy. When it's opposition, you could be passionately interacting with the opposite sex and having a great time. This could just be a great time to go to a summer solstice party and be very social. You could even, there might be a lot of sexual chemistry that's being triggered off. Now that's the positive. The other side of that coin could be this at odds and stress and fighting, so you're not really coming together. It would be more of a Mars ego thing, not wanting to blend with the harmony of Venus. So that just reminds me of the saying, do you want to be right or do you want to be loved? As we get to Friday, the Sun is going to be very favorably influencing Uranus. This is where you could be waking up to all new ideas. It's good for learning new technologies, being more inventive, just really wanting to try something new and different and adventurous. And on Saturday, now discerning communication Mercury is opposite Pluto. Opposites always interacting with others. So you got to be careful here, because with Mercury, are you trying to convince Pluto of your point of view, or is Pluto trying to manipulate and control your point of view? So this could, it could be a day where you could get caught up in these intense power struggles with, in discussions. Alone, this could be really favorable for a lot of studying, going deep within. It could be very investigative energy. On another level, it could also mean, with Pluto's about change, Mercury, your decision, it could be a day after, struggling with options within yourself or talking to friends and confidants, is when you might even decide to change your mind and go in a different direction. So before I sign off, I want to remind you I'm available for the one-question offer for a nominal fee. It's easy to find me. There's a direct link in the description box under this video. I want to thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you next week with my next segment. Until then, enjoy all this favorable energy.